realm. You have
The
to make
realm
a
is
realm.
my Minecraft server.
Okay,
The
so
realm
it
is like
progressed
the
is
nations.
from provinces. It goes counties, provinces.
A province is 2 to 4 counties. A nation is 2 to 4 provinces. A realm is 2 to 4 nations.
Okay.
Middleburg.
So I'm only a duchy.
You're probably only a province right now.
Oh, with all 4 dudes. It's gonna be me, Dax, WorldCast, and Buddha. Like a long string being.
I think that means there would be two of us if we wanted.
There's 2 duchies.
Which would make a lot more sense compared to where we
2
all are.
subdivisions.
Just
No,
modify it
we're gonna be 1 nation. It's just
I
going
heard
to
about
be.
the epic province of Lost.
It's just 2 different subdivisions.
Lost those.
It's like
Well, I heard that way differently. I need to go. I'm leaving.
that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
I'm going home.
I can create a red. What?
Oh wait.
Oh no.
So we can just edit it to have it whenever we build something. Or whenever you build your fort or whatever. Since I'll be producing a lot of food, I think it'll be easy for me to upgrade my town.
You happy, Flippy?
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello?
So I got mine. I got 26, 24, 13, 18. I just think I need to plug in WorldCast.
Ooh. It's money time. Money time. Oh, look at that. Look, they used your Mikuvia thing as a sheet example. That's cool. Look at that, Flippy. You're world famous now.
World famous.
You're world famous now.
I mean, what do you mean?
If you look in Warfare, they used
He's always been famous.
your land as an example. now he's realm famous. I'm sorry. Realm famous.
Actually, I think that I wonder how much an upgraded farm produces. So I might go.
There are no upgrades.
There's no upgrades.
Ignore wherever it says things about upgrades.
Oh, okay.
Did Scott add that?
No, we got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
What page does it say anything about upgrades on?
Check.
Upgrades are not real.
They're in buildings. They're in buildings. They're in the first section.
Not real.
I mean the first line. They're under lumber mill and they're under shipyard.
Okay.
What?
Where it's says used to build and upgrade used and upgrade shipyards. And then shipyard it says yeah, there you go. And then first buildings are created using the resources detailed on the economy. Upgrades. Where does it say it? Oh, here in the first line it says. On the second line it says buildings produce more and consume resources can be upgraded to produce more. On second line.
Okay. This will make it where you actually have to trade and you can't just produce your own resources. Like to match all of your needs.
Exactly. Well, yeah, it is an interesting concept. I'm wondering how that's gonna work out. Interesting. plundering. Produce plunder for royals. Plundering.
Oh,
Wow.
sorry, I just got a call.
Plunder
for your number.
hexes can be repaired for half their build and upgrade cost, or after 3 resources. Okay, that's fine. That's plundering, so that doesn't matter. Okay, I think that's everything. I think that's all, everything we got so far. That's pretty cool.
Stone, so I can have a fort on 9A, which gives us the cone of protection. This
What-
hexagon.
What are the benefits for village? Okay, they produce
They
five
produced an
royals,
extra 5 grand.
5,000 royals, and +1 troops. Okay, and consumption is 10 food, which is like nothing bad. That's not bad, and because you're gonna have a farm and stuff. Well, if Gooder is stable with his quarry and he doesn't need like outside help in his fort, then yeah, he can most definitely go for village. I'm just hoping that he'll be prepared to defend himself when he does that, because he's gonna be a big target, especially from raiders, since because they'll have direct line to him.
He also will have more troops to defend himself with.
Yeah, he can go for village. He'll get 5 grand and he'll get +1 troops. That's
But
pretty good.
That's like post start of the game.
Yeah. Right. That's not gonna be immediately, but that's gonna be eventually when he has enough 20,000 royals to build it.
So he has a town, a quarry, a farm. Okay. Maybe I can have the village, and he can produce quarry, and then quarry farm. Then I could, yeah, so I can have the village for extra income.
If he was to do a quarry, what is he gonna? What would he use that for?
Huh?
If Daxtopia was to build a quarry.
He already has a quarry.
Oh.
Right
I
now,
see.
Right now, what I have written down is town, quarry, farm. So the quarry will produce stone, and then I can use that said tin stone and eventually build a fort on 9A, so I get that cone of protection protecting this whole hexagon.
You're trying to build a fort there because despite Havana saying they'll be neutral, you're just doing that just in case, right?
It adds troops, one, and it protects this whole hexagon.
Right. Oh yeah, that's true. From raiders, and in case Havana was to be a bit more aggressive with you.
Because Dawbridge will all have a fort here. Okay.
Hold on, give me a second.
Lumberyard. I'll be right back.
Shield.
Oh yeah, shield. Shield 2. Shield 2. Wait. Wait, hang on a second.
We have 5 war staff. We are going
Why don't
to
I see
use.
shield here? Did he leave?
He's offline.
Also, well, no. I
I
don't
see
see
him.
shield and
I
I
do.
don't see him in the player list in the mercenary server.
I do. Oh, because he's not war staff anymore.
He isn't?
No, he's just a mercenary now.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello
yellow.
there.
Who is using your ship more?
Everyone's giving it. We're passing it around.
No. You can only
Pass
have
the sh-
one ship.
Pass the ship
Um,
around.
How are me and Chimera
Neil-
passing the ship around for Kaplan and Volpio?
Can they, since they already posted, can they exchange what they said for a different tile that they're allowed to attack?
We have 4 war staff. We are going to use all 4 war staff.
Yeah, honestly, just
In
No,
battles.
it's not necessarily the worst.
Hello?
What do you want to name the province? We have to name it instead of being unnamed.
And quote unquote is in
And then don't forget Krababa, Toxus Nation moved to
I
like.
already did that.
He moved to
49.
49. Yeah, 49.
And if you want, we can use your name, the province of Libertalia, or something.
Province of Libertalia, I guess. I don't know. I need name suggestions, man.
Man, I'm also like
Heroic.
bad at
It's
those.
hard.
You know
It's
it.
so hard to name
Yeah.
things in this
Why
game.
don't you
since
subjugate yourself and become part of the Greater Makusville?
You guys are not greater.
What do you mean?
We are greater.
No,
Mikupia.
you guys are a bad color. We're brown.
Bro, we
There's
we,
like a
we
lot
are
of crowds, bro.
Yeah, you guys are like the wrong kind of brown.
bro. We like the thing is the reason why we are like this weird brown is because it's like kind of oak.
You guys are the wrong brown color.
The thing
You're
is,
the
it wasn't.
right color.
This wasn't planned.
This is the right.
Wow,
brown color.
you're not planned? That's kind of
Bro,
unstable.
This color
No, it
was not
wasn't planned. What do
I'm
you mean?
sticking with it.
No, he's Dutch. You think Dutch people have planned pregnancies?
Bro.
That was kind of balling.
Fort Doris was like oak and gold, like colors, and now
I
it just
just
became
know-
fucking.
I
I'm
just
just gay.
know that your Nation's probably going to get targeted by Ron.
By Ron. I mean, he's gonna get screwed over.
All these Viking nations are going to make gar.
Okay, so you're telling me a Viking attacks me, I cannot defend myself?
You can defend
Yes.
yourself.
Oh, of course.
That is mean. Okay.
You can defend yourself. It's just they can
I
also
mean,
defend themselves.
honestly, if I have what I wanted, I should be fine. I should
There's
be
a whole
fine.
bunch of these nations up here that will attack you.
I mean, I can handle them. I just gotta take
One of
Edom
their
and
names is
control-
Alliance, and they're Viking.
That's kinetic.
Kinetic. Tell Kinetic to change his color. I don't feel like you should be allowed to be the full map color of unclaimed territory.
I mean, bro, look at like Toxic. Crab.
Yeah, I feel like you should have to have a color that isn't, you know.
Bro, they should. Wait. Oh my god. You know what would be really cool as well? If you could do expeditions in this. To
Bruh.
discover more land.
Yeah, I want to really discover the raiders up there.
I want to discover empty seas and die of hunger in the middle of the ocean.
Right now, we all
Sounds
think,
like a
right
fun
now,
way.
everyone here thinks the world is flat, and we'll have someone start to navigate.
We're gonna send an expedition to the left or right. We're gonna find out.
Yeah, because then everyone's gonna find out this is Roblox, and they're gonna fall off.
It's just gonna fall off the map.
Or just float. The ship will float. Funny trailer. Yeah, they can. Flippy, Prashovia loves us, by the way. We are best friends with them. We are allied.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Did you not know that?
I see Pershovia
Oh,
right here, bro.
That's
I
so
see the screen.
cool. I mean, we did such a good job becoming friends.
Yeah, well, we
It's
helped
not like
them.
we were tricked, so we would.
No, 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 no.
He's my best friend. My first Pershovia.
Look, saving you out of that prison was just like a simulation.
No. They were like gave like Flippy a 5-star hotel suite. Like they.
No. It was a simulation. It was just a war simulation. Nothing too worried. It was just a friendly war simulation. People might have died, but that happens.
You guys really had fun being part of the Pershovia versus.
It's fun.
Good relations
Anyways.
with Pershovians I have.
Yeah, man, they're like best friends.
I want us to claim this 44, bro.
Admiral Maris go way back.
44 still needs claiming, bro.
Yeah, I wonder like how like unclaimed land's gonna work, or if they're just gonna try to fill everything.
Yeah, 26, 24, and 8 are. Well, no, never mind, not 8, sorry. 26 and 24 are unclaimed, and 20 has become unclaimed, if I'm correct.
I can't wait to see. It'd be cool if this could be like actively updated.
That's gonna sound very complicated.
Like an automated system. Like it updates every 15 minutes or something, or 30 minutes. That'd be cool.
Bro, the amount of scripting. Oh
That's
god.
not actually hard. Have you played TLW?
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
And I miss Tradelands W. I mean, I like it.
Is everyone in here? No, WorldCast hasn't played. Nerd.
What do you mean? I played TLW Alpha 5.
Alpha test.
I was in Alpha 5.
Bro, Alpha 5 was so good.
Yes.
I remember I participated
Remember
in
not
one
talking about
TL2
anything
thing.
about
Yellow and Yolan.
Probably
There
because I was
one
doing my
TL2
own thing.
I participated in, but I forgot. I never.
Well, I miss Tradelands World. I want it back.
Well,
This
it's
is
not gonna
Tradelands
come
World
back.
Maybe in 10 years.
This is now the new Tradelands W. It's wars now.
Honestly, when I was hearing about this, I was like, yo, maybe we will it would be like Tradelands World with the ships. It's hard.
Oh, yep, it formed into 2 provinces. Yep.
There he is. There it is.
Middleburg has become one province of itself, and Macoupville has become another province. See,
now
under that,
you need a name, like bro.
Yeah, Duchy of Ryukyu.
Cringe.
No.
Cringe.
Dope.
How is that a province?
Dude, our nation looks
I
hot.
don't
WorldCast,
know.
come look.
Come over here.
I saw.
Look how hot are you?
It looks real nice. Looks nice. Looks real good. I like it.
Look at it though. Look at our nice unified nation over here.
Bro, Flippy, you know, you
I'm
realize where
gonna
you
look
live,
at it in a
right?
second.
You're surrounded.
What do you mean? There's a whole bunch of unclaimed provinces.
You're surrounded by water or like 3 factions.
I am
Looking real good.
In a
not
bad spot.
connected by land. We're in a good spot. We're big as they are.
Yo, look, it's Ireland. Pog.
We're gonna beat up the West Kingdom.
Beat up Ireland.
Western
What are you,
Kingdom,
Northern
yeah.
Ireland?
I have a feeling that those guys are not really ready.
Good luck against the IRA.
I'm gonna beat up you.
WorldCast, look how hot this is. We're
This looks real good. It reminds me of a specific country in real life.
What country?
I don't know the name, but it reminds me of it.
Is it in Europe?
It looks like the bottom part of the United States, like this part
Florida?
here. No, not Florida.
The
This
CSA?
part here. Yeah, it does. It kind of does. Maybe. It's just that this part here is kind
Do
of
we
like
look like Chile?
maybe Chile. Does look kind
What,
of
what
a
nation
little.
are you talking
What about Cuba? What about Cuba?
That's not Cuba. This is nowhere near Cuba.
What do you mean? What
What
do
if
we
it
look like?
is?
This is like Mexico over here, or not? Yeah, Mexico over
I
here.
think we look like
This looks like the bottom. No,
personally
this
believe-
part here looks like the bottom part of the United States, like beyond the
Florida?
border. No, not Florida. Like, here's Mexico. Maybe here's some other Spanish states. I mean, your Spanish countries here. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Maybe that's like the opening to South America.
This is supposed to be a bootleg version of Europe. This is Spain. This is Africa. This is Europe. This is Asia, and then this is Japan. Boom.
Did you just say this is Spain and this is Europe? What?
No, I said this is.
Wait,
Spain.
Flippy, come here. Flippy,
This
come
is
here.
Spain.
What's up? What's up over
Yeah?
here? What's with the duchies and provinces over here?
Eh.
What does this mean? Like, why are we like?
So your thing is split. Mikuville has 2 provinces. It's Middelburg is a province and Mikuvia is a province, but they're still under known as one nation.
Right.
We're one nation.
What is it that
Two
provinces
states.
and duchies
Just
do?
pretend this is a state.
Right, right.
It's like
One.
2
One
states,
state.
but under. It's like 2 states under a nation.
2 United States. And one nation.
Okay.
And then it goes into the counties.
Right. The
Yeah,
counties
the
is more
counties
individuality.
Are like those that make up the whole province.
So you are the Doge of monetization.
Yep. The Doja monetization.
I am
Wait,
Ryukyu
why is your name yellow?
because I named it yellow. I made it yellow. Okay.
How? Mine is white.
Because he put it in the thing.
And this is the realms, basically like.
So how many people?
counties.
Like, can we get more than 6 guys in one nation now?
I don't
Yeah.
think so, not yet.
You could get more people flipping. You can get like more.
We need 2 more dudes.
You need 2 more people to make up a full nation. So you need someone to take 20 and 24 if you want to make it look organized, or 24 and 26.
Make it
We're not
like
taking
it's a
26. That's
really
dumb.
thin noodle.
Yeah, you're like a lot of the stress is coming from this like thin line here. Like that's where
This
like
one line
that's where
is
broken.
going to be a huge problem for everybody, because if people are trying to come in this way, all you have to do is just put a fort and it's a whole problem.
Oh, you have no idea.
That's what Gutter's gonna do. He's gonna put a fort
know.
right on 18D, and
We-
it's gonna cause a whole mess.
Yeah,
And then Nahr is probably gonna come
maybe,
in and say, okay, no,
maybe
you can't do
not,
that."
or maybe he's just gonna put a fort in 13D. No. How about 9A? That's like that's like totally smart. Totally, like
9A?
110%.
Where's 9A?
Totally smart. Right, Flippy?
Where's 9A?
Right,
Here,
Flippy?
move off of the board. I'm gonna take a screenshot.
Oh,
Where's
sure.
9A? 9A? Where's 9A? Where is 9A? Actually, I don't.
I'm
This is
get rid of the
confusing.
chat.
Where
I'm
is
still gonna-
9A? I don't see it. Am I blind?
I'm 9.
Oh. Oh,
Here,
right.
Move real quick. I'm gonna take a screenshot.
I'm dumb. I forgot Flippy was 9.
Yeah, one of the 2 landlocked provinces.
Matt still hasn't named his thing, so that's 1. I can.
I feel like we're gonna be very coastal.
A
Very,
coastal nation.
besides me.
I'm here, bro. I'm gonna take over this.
Flippy,
entire
who else do you know?
island.
Who else do you know that can get on? Who else
Well,
do you
we can't invite people yet.
You know what I don't understand?
Okay, but like
People-
once that is open up, who you're gonna invite?
You
Or
know
who
what
you
I don't
planning on to?
understand?
I have no idea.
Yo, look how many nations can I actually? Well, actually, this island, right? This island is perfect to make it into one nation, but people seem to want to split it up for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
I need 2 more guys.
So what's gonna happen?
Are we
to
gonna
my
get our
island?
own roles in this Discord for our nations?
Yeah, there's rules and information.
Or are we gonna get our own roles
Oh, roles.
so we can organize this better? There's a whole bunch of grays.
Maybe, hopefully. I don't want to have to make a new Discord for that.
Well, we could nickname it. Oh, never mind. You can't. Actually, yeah, you can nickname it. You can put your nickname as I can put it as Doge or whatever.
You have to have your name.
I know, but like, no, it was just a joke. I'm not gonna actually do it. But
Yeah.
like, I'm saying, imagine. Like you can just set your nickname to
They're probably gonna develop the roles later
leader.
on. Right now, they just want to organize everything.
Hopefully. I'm still waiting on a good name
Or
for
what?
your province.
I already gave one.
Yeah, but it doesn't really fit, you know? You're calling it duchy. Well, it's like a province, not a country. Wait, what?
Okay, listen, Doak. Counties are the individual counties, okay?
County.
Hello?
Yeah, what?
Alright, give me 1 second. Let me join the game so I can have a visual look on the map. Give me 1 second. Is Scooter here, by the way? Did he make his decision or not yet? Alright, let's see here. Let me see if I can get Gooder here real quick. Okay, Gooder will be here in a... Oh, there he is. Hey, Gooder. My beloved. Have you made a decision already, Gooder?
Yeah, I said to the Flippy about what I'm planning.
Ah.
Alright.
I need
What's
money and I need food.
So what's
Yeah,
the...
so what I'm doing, since I already get money from you, is I'm building 2 farms so I can upgrade my town to like a larger town.
Which tile are
And
you
then
doing?
build a fort.
I'm focusing purely on my fort because I'm going to just be the internal blockade for all 3 of these guys so they can't expand.
Right. So you're going to place your fort on what? 18D, right?
Oh, we're going to...
18A.
18A.
One of our first things
It blocks
we're going to do.
18D.
Oh, I
What
see.
we're going to eventually do is take over this place. Like, and
Why am I
incorporate it.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was a Steve because I was pirating with some friends and we all just decided to get into Steve.
Empire of Speevenberry. All right, so you were saying Flippy? So wait, Gooder, you're gonna place your fort on 18A, and that's gonna block them from going to 18D?
Yep.
Really? Can't this one tile here, like 16D, go to 18D?
No.
Wait, what? What do you mean no?
Remember,
They're
I
like
have
right
a
next to
fort
each other.
here. It blocks everything except their land.
Is that how it works? So wait, if you place a fort, it blocks.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, it blocks where it is and all tiles around it.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Unless they own it.
Huh.
Or they go to attack and they occupy one of it.
That's actually smart, because like if you do it in 18D, it'll only block one 18A. But if you do an 18A, it'll block everything. That's actually pretty smart. I like that. That's clever.
It basically means they have to get through me if they want to touch the rest of us. Now give me a minute. I need to kill myself.
give me a minute to kill myself.
I'm gonna have loved be.
Why am I like such a dwarf? You know what? I'm not realize. Yeah, this is gonna be my outfit if you need me.
Oh, that's gonna be your. Give me a second. Let me get my outfit. This needs to be for professionalism right here. Just give me a second.
10% body type. I have to actually adjust my body type for some reason it's not right.
Okay. All right. So what are the options that you can get? You can get a town, a farm, and a fort, right? Or are there others? Other options?
Quarry, I think.
Okay, so I need your guys' help. First of all, should I get a fort and place it on 18C?
Oh, we can't afford. Oh, I think you should have on 18A. Well, 8A, but
So wait, a fort on 8A, and it'll block Candy Sam from
we'll have to
progressing.
have stone. We need some. You also. We need a stone yard, like a stone, like a quarry.
I'm getting a quarry just so I can self-produce stone for my own fort, but
So we can only build 3 things right now to start.
I see.
So Gooter, you're gonna get a lumberyard post start of the game, or are you gonna have a quarry and then build a fort?
quarry, and then I'm gonna build a fort.
All right.
The fort can wait a bit. We're not gonna instantly get smashed at the beginning of the game.
And just push immediately to Flippy.
We'll be fine. I'll be fine at least.
Yeah, you'll be fine, because you're like on the other side of the map. You're gonna be worried about these guys over here. These 3.
By the way, Flippy, do you enjoy my outfit for Middlesbrough?
Pain and suffering.
Wow, okay, I see how it is.
Okay.
My
I'm
outfit
gonna
is
have Valiant's Town on 26D. And his farm will be 26A, and his quarry will be 26B.
Alright, so let's see the options really quick. There's a town, a farm, a quarry, a fort, and a lumber mill, right?
Thank you.
You can't start with a fort. I'll be back in a second.
The information to these buildings are in the sheet, right? Flip?
Huh?
The information to the building types are in the sheet, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So a town produces royals and provide regular troops. They require your food as upkeep. Troops are detailed under the warfare section. Okay, well, first of all, I'm not doing a port. I don't think a port will be necessary, right?
We need a port.
You need a port? Okay.
To access the sea.
Okay,
And ships.
do you want one in 8D? I can place one right here.
I think.
Or do you want Northwind do you want the guy who owns Northwind to place a port? Because he's more accessible.
He will have a shipyard. You will have the dock.
Okay, I'll place it. Alright, show 8D. Sounds good. Alright, I'm going to put 8D. It's going to be a port. Now we'll have access to the sea. Now, everyone gets a town, right? Or we can select, we have the option to pick a town.
You have to have a town.
Alright. Where are you placing? Okay, where are you placing your stuff, Flippy? Where are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I have a town and 2 farms.
Where's your town?
My town.
Yeah, where is it?
It will be probably 9D.
Wait. Oh yeah. Okay, because the bridge is on our team as well. Okay. I don't know if I want to do a town on 8C, but I definitely want something for Candy Sam, because I don't want to place stuff here like a farm where they can just easily just walk in and just take it. That would be nice. Volgo's here. Oh look, Volgo's here, by the way. Gooter, my beloved. My beloved. I'm gonna first of all get a port. I'm gonna put it in 8D. So that we'll have access to sea. And since Northwind is gonna have access to the he's gonna have a shipyard, so that we will have access to the sea. That good?
That would work. I was thinking about actually making a port in 18D, but then I realized the fort's gonna be a lot less maintainable, so.
Yeah.
If I got a
Nah,
port in
you,
18D,
you
just have
yeah.
access to both
I would.
sides.
I'll do the port. You'll do the fort since you're gonna be more focused on that. Because you're gonna have like 1, 2,
I'm gonna
3,
be holding
4
a
people.
sword out to
You're
all
gonna be
3 of
having
these
4.
nations, like, fight me.
And I don't know if Candy Sam's gonna push you, but yeah, they would. They also that can also
If
be.
they
a thing.
do, they have to go through me or they have to go through you. I don't.
Yeah,
know if they
exactly.
wanna go through either.
That's what I'm worried about because if I'm not gonna do a fort, how would I defend myself from Candy Sam if they were to be aggressive?
Your troops. You make troops from your town, so you already have troops.
Okay. So I'll put a
And then-
town. I'll put a town. On 18. Not 18. On 8C, right? That sound good? 8C town.
There's a little checkbox if they're a raider or not. That's cute.
Oh yeah, they have a checkbox. That's true. Look at that. Oh, Volgo's Volgo's a raider. Nice. Which town? Which town does Volgo own?
Number 18,
Which
number
which?
9.
What does Volgo own? Where's his town?
In the north.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he's gonna be.
He's 11.
Okay. Oh, he's 11. Where's 11?
That's a very good point. I have no idea.
I actually don't know where 11 is. Oh, there he is. Okay. Makes sense.
Oh yeah, he's teaming up with Ron's because he doesn't want. They both are a lot smarter than most of the other people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad, by the way. I scratched my keyboard, so now there's like, the W looks like an elongated W.
Nice. It's a long W. All right, so port in 8D and town in 8C. That will be good. For
I have a Chad 10 troops. Let's go.
10 troops. Let's go. 10 people. Let's.
Everyone else I'm fighting down here has 9 except for Broken Shores, who has 12.
Where's Broken Shores? Oh, there he is. Okay.
Where's Broken Shores?
Right here. I see it now. Come on, I need opinions. A town on 8C. Would that be good? Because I don't know. I don't know how this EU4 mechanic works. I would need to play.
Well, you need us. Do you want to farm in a town so you can have them cancel each other out? Like, what are you doing here? Are you gonna import food? Like, what kind of thing?
Gonna put a port on 8D and a town on 8C.
Oh, we can't have a fort to begin with. So.
No, not a fort. A port on 8D.
Okay.
And a town on 8C.
So I'm just leaving. I'm leaving where I'm gonna put my fort empty, so I can just slap it there without having to care.
I think you'll want to. I don't think you'll want to make a fort to begin with. I think you should make a lumber mill.
Okay. Where should I put?
Port cost? Oh no, never mind. A port doesn't cost wood. Never mind. Yeah, build a port.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Believe me.
Really? All right. Yeah,
I
because
was thinking
a port is not really that expensive to make, and it'll give us access to the sea.
Yeah, I was thinking about. Yeah, it produces 3 food, so.
Yeah.
But I was
that's
thinking of a shipyard that costs 10 lumber.
But yeah, look, because that way, if I build a port, Northwind will have a shipyard. They can use my 18. They can use that to go to the sea if they wanted to. So that way, we'll have access to the ocean, and maybe do naval battles. I don't know.
I have a small problem.
What's your problem, Gooter?
I hope that the sheet isn't done yet, because if it is, I'm going to be making almost a negative 1,000.
Your taxes? Oh my god!
I hope that's not gonna.
Look at your tax. Nice taxes, Gooter.
What do you mean?
Looking
Is
real
that
good.
Joe?
Yeah. Hi, Joe.
Joe, give me a hug.
Anyways, we're talking about what we're doing. But...
Oh my god, Gooter, you're actually gonna be making a good amount of money.
This is fine.
800, 1.7k. Not bad. If I'm correct.
That'll suck for you if you keep
taxes paid. Taxes collected.
How much money do I make?
Let's see. Flippy Junior. Taxes.
3,280.
3,000. 3.2k. You don't pay taxes, Flippy. You get 3.2k.
Oh, yeah,
just
all my
nilly willy.
taxes are going to you, Flippy. That's where all my money's going.
I can gift you 1,000 per month.
Do you have any Flippy?
What are my taxes? Let's see. Oh my god, my taxes. 1.6.
How much worse are yours?
I'm paying 1.6k in taxes.
You make 10,000 for your town.
Sales. Are you sure?
Yeah, you make
Sales
10,000.
taxes
Sorry,
collected
sorted
0.
everything.
Tax to liege
Give 'em a
800.
while.
Taxes paid 1.6k. Okay.
Towns produce 2,000 royals. Remember that.
Flippy is a liege to no man.
Okay. Well, I have one more building, or should I just stick with 2?
Well,
port
you,
and a
you
town.
gotta think towns produce 10,000 royals. So.
Yeah, which is I'm gonna slap it on 8C. But should I just stay with two of those, or should I get a third thing? What do you guys think?
Huh?
A third building, a third structure.
You need unless you want 20,000 royals, but what are you gonna do with that when you could have a building? You know what I mean?
Right. It's just that I would only have 8A and 8B. And I don't know if putting a farm or a quarry right next to an
It's
opponent.
fine. You're gonna have something there anyways, as long as you keep one open for a fort or something.
True.
But where are you putting your fort, Gooter?
He's putting it on 18A,
18A.
so that way it blocks everything off.
They'll have to fight through me if they want to get past.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess I'll
They can
I'll.
assault the fort, or they can assault anything else which gets the fort.
Okay,
which
so
gets more
Gooder,
troops.
you have a fort. Flippy, you're doing a farm, right?
2 farmed.
Should I do a lumber mill or should I do a quarry for Gooder?
You don't. That'd be like a 4th building type, but you want a port.
I already have a port on 8D.
You can only have 3 buildings at the start.
Right, but so far I've selected 2. Forts for
No,
not
you,
a fort,
you
a port.
automatically already have a farm and a
Oh.
town.
Oh, okay.
So
Alright.
you only have 1 remaining space, which we have to build it
Oh.
afterwards. I think.
Okay. I see. Okay. I guess I'll do the farm on 8B. In there, and that should be it.
Yeah.
I honestly need to see what's the nation. What's the
Don't
nation-
anyone who oppose? Because I'm. Who's gonna
what's the
submit
map
it, by
over
the
here
way?
looking like? Ah, I see.
What happened? What's up?
That's kind of cute. Oh, these guys have a fort to start.
Oh yeah, because I think they used that for the example in the sheet, and they asked them, "Hey, where would you want your fort?"
That's adorable. That's
They put a fort. They put a fort in 43B. Really?
That makes sense.
Okay.
It blocks
Yeah.
off everything right there, so they have to fight through almost all of this if they actually want to get into the main territory.
Which one?
Whoever owns
That's just
26
Sam.
should get a. Whoever owns 26 should get a fort in 26C.
Let me see. Where's 26?
It makes that Havana actually has to attack.
Yeah, that way. Yeah, that way it'll block everything off.
Now the thing is, how do you upgrade? Like, where's the upgrade cost? That's my question.
I think they haven't finished that yet.
Because I'll be making 20 food and 10,000 royals base without taxing. I wonder if they. I'm kind of glad they don't tax resources. Other guys, you guys would be kind of screwed. Oogly boogly.
Lariminum.
Okay, so who's gonna submit our thing?
I am, because I'm the highest rank.
Okay, well here's my submission. Let me just DM you with Flippy. If you oppose it, just let me know.
How
There
could
you
this happen?
How could this happen to us? Let me make it.
I hegemon hashtag so overseas
Look better.
territories
There we
must
go.
be separate.
Nice.
Pat, what are you doing to my blinds?
Okay, I think that's gonna be good for now. And then, who's missing to submit, Flippy?
I'm just gonna autofill Dax because he doesn't know what he's talking about. So
Oh, is he? Are you talking to him now, or is he? Or has he not has he not said anything?
he did. He just
Really?
doesn't know how the game works.
Oh, okay. Neither do I. But you know, I'm trying to take the suggestions here.
I own this, man.
What are you gonna put for Daxtopia?
Daxtopia would be a good naval base.
Yeah, because they
Broken
yeah
shores,
most
though,
yeah because
so-
most of their land is open next to the sea.
The problem we're gonna have though, is if we do take these 3 guys over, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
One of these 2 guys is gonna be cut into a separate province.
Yeah, that's not our problem
'Cause
though.
there's 4 people here, there's 5 people here, and it's like,
We'll be fine. Look, they'll play rock paper scissors for it, okay?
Matt, why the hell do you keep trying to mess with my blinds? Stop
The cat loves your blinds. They
Stop
want your
it!
blinds. Oh my god. You know what? Is there a face on Roblox that has like makes your face like have dollar signs for eyes? Hold on, I want to see that real quick. Let me see. I want that.
I'll find it for you really fast. Joe.
I gotta.
Ah.
Oh well. I think he joined by accident. Where is it? Where is it? Body parts. Face.
Faces. I think it's a limited though, so have a
Are you
fun
sure?
time. I think so.
There's one for 40 Robux.
Is it like the black and white one?
Yeah, not the color one, because that's too expensive.
Yeah. Let me go see what the color one looks like.
I think it's just green.
We'll find out in a second.
We'll find out. We're gonna find out right after these messages.
I'm actually just gonna look at all the faces.
What should we have Daxtopia do?
Oh.
They could just be a port, I guess, but at the same time.
I don't know if a port is gonna. If them just being port is just gonna be a good idea.
We don't need another port.
Yeah, I don't.
Got one
I'm
port,
more.
That's all we need.
I'm more trying to see if they would be focused with the those 3.
Or another dockyard. We could have 2 dockyards.
Maybe. What does a dockyard do
We can
again?
also have them just.
They produce ships.
Oh, I thought that was a
mostly
shipyard.
Stone.
Thanks for watching Tech Wiki. Click the subscribe.
Oh, never mind. Okay, I confused shipyard with dockyard. Okay.
Yeah, but are we just gonna have him supply all of our forts? It seems kind of.
I don't know, because then that doesn't seem like a great idea. Because he's pretty far, first of all.
No, he's not. He's connected to us.
He's on me.
No, I'm talking about like the ones that are the other continent. Unless he's just gonna supply Gooder, then he could do that.
See me complain.
So is Daxtopia the only one missing to submit, or is anybody else missing?
I have to. I have to plug in Gooters.
Ah.
And I have to plug in Loves.
Gotcha.
What is love?
This guy. This guy. Oh, game's updated. Wonder what they updated. Oh, let's find out. Oh. I don't see anything. Oh well.
I'm not finding the limited one for the dollar sign, so it might just be that black one only.
Oh well. Oh well.
I think we'll have a.
Oh yeah, Gooder. Oh yeah, Gooder, you are right. You do owe him. When you say you own him, you quite literally mean that.
Yeah.
You own him as a what was it? A province, or was it?
He's a vassal.
He's my little cutie.
He's the smallest vassal. So he's an indirect vassal of mine because Gooder gets taxes from him, and then I get taxes from Gooder.
I have to pay
And you
Flip,
get taxes.
You have to pay me. It's all.
I also have to play. I'm also paying Flip because I do count under you. So that's another thing. My God, Flip, you look fat.
Direct vassal.
Yeah, which is fine. Fine with that. It was in the contract after all.
Realms.
I'm expecting in the realms for half of this continent to be black, not black, brown. I expect all this to be brown.
The orange are going to be taken over. We're gonna.
Yeah, I expect that to be brown within the next
Just to
month.
inform you, we have a neutrality thing with Havana, by the way.
Really? They're neutral with us?
Fine by me.
Did you
CJ
message them?
contacted me.
Oh.
He's like, hey, do you want to
You guys
have
not
a
want to die?
neutrality thing?"
Wait.
Well, what do you mean? We're the same size as them. They're gonna take out these two smaller guys though.
Mm-hmm.
Two smaller guys. Which one?
The yellow and white one. The yellow and white one.
Oh, the whole that white one's not theirs?
Nope.
No.
I thought it was.
No, they're at 6. We're at 6. Trolled is at 6.
Huh.
Yeah, by the end of the month, this is gonna be brown, blue, and green. Green is not gonna be able to progress, and if our plan goes right, this is gonna be brown.
If we take out the Western Kingdom and incorporate them, then we'll have more total provinces, and I'll get so much more tax money.
Yeah, but I'm expecting like before the end of the by next month, these two are gonna be blue. Green is not gonna be able to progress.
For my 4th slot, by the way.
What are you gonna do with your 4th slot? Build a giant flippy statue with the giant flippy statue in the middle.
Village.
Yeah, with the giant flippy statue in the middle, right? Because it's
and then I'll have Valiant will be our westernmost march. Oh, easternmost march.
Okay.
And
nice.
You'll have a Fort 26C to protect us in case of it, or like, haha, scratadoo.
I do want to see if we can push green back a little, so we can have more surface area here. Not like immediately, but like because we're gonna focus on orange.
We're taking out the Western Kingdom.
Yeah. I wanna. Yeah, we'll focus on orange, but I also want to see if we can take this piece of green here. That way we can not be so suppressed on these 3 tiles. That way we'll have more room.
WorldCast.
Yeah.
Look at Players Union. I found a face for you.
I'm looking.
Oh my! Keep
Cry baby. Wow, Gooder. That's perfect. Thanks. Totally perfect. Hold on, doesn't Cash Money Studios have the? Oh yeah, he's using the black face. Yeah, Gooder. I don't think there is a face, a limited face for the dollar signs.
It makes me sad.
They should make one. What the heck? Easy money.
Jesus Christ. I just looked at what the cheapest Roblox limiteds are right now, and Jesus Christ, 600 for the cheapest?
Wow.
I remember back in my day when I could buy one for 100.
Wow. That's pretty cheap nowadays, Gooder.
I know.
I'm surprised that it's 6. I know, like, back then, limiteds were like 40 Robux for whatever, but, like, still, 600 Robux for a limited?
I remember when new limiteds actually came out.
Right? Remember when Dominuses were, like, were just a few thousand Robux? Oh, my God.
No, not really. That was never the thing.
Yes, it was.
If you were played during, like, 2019.
Yes.
I'm joking. 2009.
I've been playing since.
But still.
And Chan.
I've played since 2016.
Lame. Look at you, you youngin.
Oh well.
I swear I remember Dominus as being a new thing because I joined in late 2008, early 2009.
Formatted thing.
Formatted thing? What do you mean?
Formatted for your. I need your build order.
I sent it to you.
I don't think you sent it formatted.
If he picks Spirit's side, and T1 occupied this tile here, 29D, that would count as a tile that he owns that he can move through. And if he occupied both 29D and 29C, these guys would have to get it back before they can attack T1.
Yes. Because they just split into 2 different groups here, It'd be Havana and the other Havana. And they'd be fighting
So if Spirit makes a province and gobbles up Valiant, then let's say it's Spirit 32 and 26. And 32 is the capital. then Valiant, to get independence, would have to fight his way through Spirit to get to the capital and siege that.
But that's only if Spirit joins the conflict.
Yes.
He could join it with Valiant, and then Valiant could just walk through freely, or he could join against, and then Valiant would have to march through. Or if he could do nothing, then Valiant could walk through freely. It would just function like a normal battle, and they just pick sides.
Well, should we allow other vassals to join in?
If they want to join in an independence war, I don't see why not. I mean, they could declare their own anyways, you know? There's nothing stopping them from declaring it whenever they
Wait,
want.
what if a third nation wants a third party? Would that be possible? Or no? Like, let's say this.
Yeah, but
this
if Valiant got gobbled up by Havana and he wanted independence and he was fighting Spirit for it, and Macuvia joined in, then the rest of Havana would join in.
Oh, I see. So then it'll be a nation.
We
versus
haven't actually
nation.
talked about what if Carricktrolde and Macuvia both went to war with Havana at the same time.
Nothing different than if they did it separately.
It would just operate normal,
Sure.
except these guys would be fighting. Havana would just be fighting two different wars at the same time.
Yeah, they'd have to pick which side they want to fight because they'd only be able to attack once every 3 days.
They can't attack for themselves.
Both.
Yeah, they can't attack themselves. They're forced to pick a side because they kind of don't want to help Macuvia, but they kind of want their realm back.
3 days per war.
That works.
Yeah, that's good.
So I need to actually start.
But you can't have multiple wars against the same realm. So like, if Spirit declares war on Macuseville, and so does T1, that's now
A nation versus nation
a
war.
provincial or national war.
Yeah, that's a national war because
It
that's
combines
two.
wars together.
That's two of Havana declaring war on Macuvia. That'll be considered as a national war. So it'll be the entire Macuvia and the entirety of Havana.
Yeah. How much tax money am I gonna be getting?
Oh my god! Look
Yeah,
at the
it's on
sheet.
the
Is that on the sheet?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, my guy.
Yeah.
It's on the sheet.
You make 15,410 a month.
Look at
Or a
that,
week.
Flippy. Look at you, rich man, over here.
That's a lot of.
You're making 2,410 from taxes. We might reduce the amount of money that towns and villages produce, but I don't know. We'll wait.
How? I mean,
We'll
how
wait
much are
until
other
we
making?
see how much ships cost because we don't want to. We don't want it to be so that like people just.
Do we want to do a formula for ship costs like we did for wood?
Yeah.
Or-
Well, the wood is going to be the money. We're just going to times by 100 or something.
Okay. That's a lot of money.
500. Yeah, the ships are going to have to be expensive. Because nations are going to be making, like, Cooseville's making
I think I should. I
almost
probably
40,000 a week.
Coit is get her.
We reeling in the monies.
Flippy with the
Which I
money.
think is more than anyone else, probably.
I'm the only one that's built a village.
Wait, you're saying Flippy's
And
making the most?
I'm going to be paying
taxes?
some of my
Flippy-
income.
Flippy is the wealthiest, and he's got the largest private army.
Look at you.
Well, the thing is, I'm going to be paying. To be fair to Daxtopia, I'm going to be paying for the food he gives me to run my village.
Also,
He has
not
two
to mention,
farms.
that everybody else is paying for Flippy's taxes.
Yeah.
That way, Flippy can have enough money for himself,
Yeah,
and that
you
way
owe
he
him,
can use that. I mean, enough money so he can
2,000
expand.
plus some just for the food he's giving you.
Yeah, we're doing that so Flippy has money
How
so he
mu-
can
How
expand.
much do you want to give him? I can go ahead and put that in.
How much would be fair to the kid?
It's got to be at least 2,000 because he's paying 2,000 a week for.
At least 2,000.
To that, yeah, I'll give him.
Give him
2,000.
$2,000. Yeah, give him
500.
$2,000, Flippy. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'll give him half the income from my village. I'll give him 2,000.
That's that'll be good. That
So
way,
he also gets profit.
yeah.
That's
And
money move.
Flippy, I doubt he's gonna leave because
And then he's also
at the end of the
gonna
spot.
probably build a quarry, and then fund me for my forts.
2,005. So your village is producing.
Are you putting a fort on 9A?
How about you give him 3,000 because that would be a third of what your village is producing after you're paid for the food.
Okay, so that'll be a third of the income from the village.
Yeah, because the first 2,000 goes to paying for the food.
Okay.
Fair would be splitting it 50-50, but this is good enough.
Oh yeah, and then he's gonna be building a quarry. I'll probably have him build
And
a quarry.
that gives him a higher income than anyone else at his level.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it'll give Gooder more tax money.
I think he... Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Does give Gooder more tax money. God. Wow, metagaming, uh-oh.
And then it's gonna give me more tax money.
Uh-oh. Did you find... Uh-oh.
Fuck. It's a
Oh,
feedback
God.
loop.
Oh
So
my god,
there-
Flippy.
There
you
are
literally-
ways to abuse the system. Like, if you just give all of your money to your leader, then technically you don't have any income, so you're not paying
That's-
taxes.
That's literally what we're doing because me.
Oh.
That's literally what we're doing right now. We're giving. We're
But
paying
what
Flippy's
we're
taxes.
going to do is have the 10% that just disappears come out first, and then it'll do the rest of the calculations, and then it'll do income from trade last.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a fort that protects that hexagon.
So you still owe money. If you're giving away money, you still that doesn't lower your income.
Oh.
Right now it does, but it's not going to once I.
Yeah,
So-
that's
Figure out
because
how-
that's still pretty broken. Because that's basically you're getting money for giving money.
No, that is pretty funny though. I like that.
Well,
You're taking away
I still
his
be
income.
I
that
still
you're
want to
giving
be.
him.
There's still be like 20% missing.
Right.
Because he'd be getting income. He'd be giving
But-
income to Gooder.
But if WorldCast gave you all of his income, 10% of nothing is nothing.
Well, I don't think you should be able to just gift money. For
You
nothing.
wouldn't be able to do that because
That'd be broken.
giving money away from trade isn't going to count towards your income.
That shouldn't be deducted for your
Oh
taxes.
yeah, because
that's
you
basically
just lose
what it is.
10% income base just for having being a vessel.
Yes.
Yeah, that should not be deducted.
And you use another 10%
Basically.
to your liege.
I just have to modify the functions to count a positive trade income, but not a negative trade income.
All right. And then I'll be paying him for a quarry stone so I can operate a fort,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll have even more troops.
The fort in 9A. It's nasty.
So
But
Flippy
it's
thinks
you're
he's
brilliant.
getting money back from giving this guy 3,000, but he's actually only getting 30 of that back through taxes.
Yeah.
And that's still 30 gold, 30 royals.
I mean, hey, he's making it back at least.
You're getting 300 additional.
He is actually indirectly paying Gooder and then some of himself back.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Gooder-
kind of hilarious.
Flippy's
Man.
paying himself by paying him.
Very little, but it's still something.
It's there. Hey, this is the coin I had last week. What do you know?
It has the same ID and everything.
Oh,
Has the same scar right on George Washington's face.
yeah, a fort on
George
9A
Wishing,
is gonna be
really?
nasty.
9A fort's pretty good.
Look,
then
it's
I'll have
it's
more
nasty.
troops.
It's nasty,
the
but
way
it's
that
it's
stopping
brilliant.
a war, like if Havana attacks you, the only thing you have to do to stop them is capture their capital. Which
Capture
is
their capital and another,
Right.
and then half the hexes in the capitals,
Okay,
is-
so yeah,
county.
which is bordering you.
so yeah, let's say we
Well,
capture.
I think Havana didn't think their stuff well through.
Yeah.
They literally put their capital right next to us, Flippy. I don't think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they
I
didn't.
wonder what Care Troll's gonna do. I hope they aren't smart with their stuff either.
Yeah, they haven't applied anything yet. Wait, where's their capital?
Because they're all
What
like
does the
press
capital
cuts,
look like?
right?
You mean, what does their capital look like? What?
Like, wait, where's the capital in Havana? Which
Capital is where
29D.
the word Cartrolda is.
That's current. That's just the cap.
That's
Wait,
the capital county.
I
They
think-
don't have a capital building yet.
yeah, the
Oh,
cap
okay.
van is 29D.
Yeah, I think I have a really nice place.
All
to
you'd
have
have
it.
to do to be able to enforce a peace on Havana is capture 29D and 29B, and then whatever all the hexes in the counties you want to take.
Yeah, that if Flippy was to, if Mikuzu
Well,
was to win
For
against
example, if
29D.
Havana wanted to take Valiant, they'd have to take over all of Valiant's stuff, and then they'd have to go in and take Flippy's
Flippy,
capital, in
and
9D.
he'll have and it has
Am
to
I
go
still
through the
gonna be
fort.
making the most money?
To get Valiant, they don't have to take Flippy.
They don't.
No, they just have to invade. Okay, if it's a national thing, yes, but if like Spirit's doing it alone, then he doesn't have to.
Couldn't
But
I
Flippy
make
can
it a
escalate the
national
war.
If he does escalate it, then he's got to fight the entirety of Havana.
But Flippy then wouldn't, because he escalated, he wouldn't be able to take any of Havana
Yeah,
unless
you wouldn't
Havana
be-
escalates. You can only take land if you're fighting an equivalent government, right?
Yes.
So I could just support.
So
Yeah,
say
man.
Flippy, if you escalate it, right, and it's you versus Spirit, you can't take any of Spirit's land. All you can do
That's
is force
fine.
him to make peace.
Yeah.
I could just send in all of my private army.
You can
and I
basically
pay
just
him
you
immediately.
just
Unless
stop. You
Havana
just
fights
like
back, and then you can
Yeah.
take as much as Havana you want that you capture.
I'd
yeah, but if
probably
Havana
just
does
wanna
not
annex it.
attack, you're not
Or not
allowed to
annex
take the
it, but,
land
you know.
because they're not
Like,
willingly
if,
doing
if
it.
Western Kingdom attacks Middlesbrough,
Not
Well,
gonna
I'd
happen.
definitely escalate it.
Middlesbrough will be on their own. But if you escalate it, you can't capture any Western Kingdom.
Yeah,
Are they not an equivalent rank?
because
No,
they're
they're-
a duchy.
They're only a province.
Oh.
Apparently a duchy?
Yeah.
You gotta update their name to a Western Duchy.
Yeah, I don't think Western Kingdom and them being a duchy makes sense.
Western duchy.
Or
Just
Petty
saying.
Kingdom.
There's also the Empire of Vikings down here. That's a single
Imperial
count.
Vikings coast.
Vikings, yeah, it was the Imperial
Call it
Vikings.
just call it.
Literally, this guy named
the
it Howling
man-
Guard.
the whole
Howling Guard.
man-
Did we ever figure out why the map says? Okay, I know why it says unclaimed there. It says it
Because
it's because the map already has labels on it.
oh, I see.
Yeah, because this is all like not
It's
done
writing
by the
labels
script.
on top of the labels that are already there. So we need to go on the map in the place and remove all the words.
Wait, just a quick question. If Havana eventually realized, are they allowed to move their capital, even though they're not in a war? Are they allowed to do it anytime?
They'd have to,
If they pay to build a new capital.
yeah, they'd have to rebuild it.
Oh, all right. I'm not gonna lie.
Rebuild, basically CJ would have to build a new town here, demolishing this one.
I see. All
Unless
right.
they move the capital to another town that exists, but then
Do we want to have it so you can demolish a building for half its build cost?
I don't think you could get. You shouldn't get anything back.
Shouldn't.
No.
Okay. No recycling allowed.
Should the capital be a term in the buildings section for the
It's just a
sheets?
town. The capital's just because he owns the title.
You're right, but should it be detailed, like saying, "Oh, this is a capital," or no? Because that way it'll avoid confusion
looks
with other
different.
players.
Yeah, it looks different.
It looks different.
Yeah, got it.
Oh, okay.
Provincial capitals have a little like courthouse thing, and national ones have a bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
And empires get a big palace.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Should you guys add pictures to the building section? Because I'm not gonna lie, like zooming out, a lot of it looks similar. Like it's very confusing when
Oh
you
my
zoom out. and try
god!
to look
How is it? The one with trees is a lumber mill. The one that's building a boat's a shipyard. The one with docks is a port. The quarry is the cave. The farm has a windmill and a barn. The village is the group of 3 houses. The town is the group of 5 houses and a church thing.
Mm-hmm.
Thing.
Province duchy capitals have the big town hall.
And Canada have the
National
6 houses.
capitals have a capital building, and imperial capitals have a palace.
They have the Capitol building in DC.
And forts are a ninja star.
Yeah,
You-
it's a star fort.
and do you think people are not gonna get confused from that?
Yep.
Like,
feel
I
like you-
think,
like,
I
I
think
don't-
most people are going to use their eyes.
Maybe they can have a magnifier glass and look at it.
Magnify.
Like, zoom
That's-
in first
that's-
person and like, I don't know,
There's also like a town.
he's just like,
buy Synapse so you can detach your camera from your character and zoom in more.
wow, Nahr promoting hacks. All right,
Also,
bet.
Scott, why
Got
is
that.
there a gap between these? Did you move these?
Do what?
You're fired.
I didn't do that.
What gap?
Oh my
What
god,
gap?
look at that.
There's a giant gap in the world between
I never did
Carasholda
that.
and Gooseville.
It's not a gap.
Huh?
That's just
there's a
that's
gap in the
that's that's not a bug. That's a feature.
That's a
Can't travel
feature.
through there.
That's a feature. They're not allowed
It's
to
a
travel
great-
through that.
great
It's,
ravine.
it's only on this map.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
Oh,
a
I
ravine.
see.
I didn't
Oh,
know.
Scott misaligned it by like just a stud, just like a stud.
I don't know.
Scott,
It'd be
did you?
hard to fix.
Scott, did you use shift lock on it, or did you manually move it?
You're dumb.
I feel like we're going to be somewhat successful as a new.
Look, as long as we
Well,
play
the
smart and we
thing
don't play
is,
dumb.
Being bigger is very difficult. Because they can't, like, if Havana wants to invade you and you guys don't want to be part of them, not all of you can be absorbed into a province owned by Havana. So you're gonna end up being in provinces of Havana by yourself. So you'll have a province full of people that only have to defeat CJ to win.
So what if I ended up subjugating Havana, like all of this?
They could immediately rebel against you.
But they wouldn't have any troops or money, right?
Yeah, they would.
Unless
They
they-
still have their county. They're just giving taxes to you.
Unless they, like, if they spent all their money on the war against me, and I still
Then
got
they'd
money,
wait a couple weeks and declare war on you.
and I could just put them down.
It's just time. It's just time.
Down.
But
I got it
down.
you'd have to keep doing that.
I know.
Well,
Unless
I mean, Flippy doesn't have to fight. He just has to, other people do it for him.
Just
Oh,
has to-
guys,
he's just
it's
a-
the 20th battle
just-
for this frickin' city of Havana. Oh my god.
I'm just like
So tired of
it's
fighting.
so
these
hot,
people.
and I'm just like waving
So
the
far to
money in my
tiding.
face.
Send in the private troops. Send in the dogs. Send in the dogs.
Guys,
How
we have to
many troops
invade.
am I gonna have with the
Guys, we have to navally invade this fort again.
The fort only gives you troops. I think it's already in here somewhere.
Fort will give you 2 troops to adjacent hexes, and it will give you 4 on the fort.
Oh, that's cool. So on the fort, it'd be like 18,
Yes.
and adjacent, which would give, I think,
But
that'd give a
Fort-
wide range of.
fort bonuses are probably going to be reduced.
We'll probably make it 1 to 2. Yeah.
Because 18 versus 9 is a lot.
1 to 2. I don't think 1 would be. I mean, not minus the fact that a town gives you +2 troops.
So would
Everybody
you be able
has
to
a
march
town
an army?
WorldCast.
WorldCast.
I mean, unless they delete their town.
Yeah, but WorldCast, what he's saying is it's 1 to the adjacent hexes in defensive battles, right? Or like even offensive. So
Is it?
24C, right?
Is it adjacent to the
If there's
hexes?
a
If that's the
fort on
case, then
9A,
then
then
that's
there will be an
different.
extra troop on 24C for any Makudsville attack there.
Oh, okay.
Or like
alright.
defense.
All right. No. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes
But
more
if you're
sense.
attacking the fort, if they're attacking the fort, they'll have an extra 2. Right now it's double that, so it's 4 and 2.
And
Okay,
I would probably
alright.
be able to
Go
pay all those.
go ahead and
I was gonna
switch it
say.
to 1 and 2 because I don't.
I don't think 18 is very solid, is it?
If we keep it low and raise it later, people will be like, "Hey, that's pretty neat." But if we keep it high now and raise it when it becomes or lower it when it becomes a problem, then people are going to throw a fit.
They're gonna throw a
Uh-uh.
fit. So you should
So-
lower
so
it
go
now
ahead and
and then
change it to
raise
1
it
and
later.
2.
Yeah, lower it now. That way, when you raise it up, they're gonna be like, "Hey, pretty
Yeah, well, let's make all the rule changes now.
Yeah.
cool." Well,
What do
yeah,
you mean?
that
Like,
way.
we deleted half the rules today, bro.
Fix the rules before we start.
Yeah, yeah, Flippy. That's what you fix.
Is
You
there a
fix stuff
page on
before.
the forts yet, or have you not put that in?
I have a little description on the
Oh, you
bottom of
didn't put the
Warfare.
pictures yet.
I had pictures, but at the same time, I thought my description in the pictures was too confusing.
So I still make 11.
I think it would be better if we
Oh,
cooperate.
you make 12,440 per week.
And plus 2,440 from taxes.
No,
minus
you
that.
make 12,440 per week.
Oh, okay. So minus that. Or does that automatically account
It
for
adds it.
losses?
Surplus is what you're producing.
You're paying
Ignore
Flippy. You're paying 3,000 to
Taxes and
Dextopia.
trade are a breakdown on that.
Oh, okay.
Flippy, you're paying 3,000 to Dextopia, right?
Yeah, and then I'll
Oh,
be
right.
probably paying him whatever, like 1/3 of Well,
we go ahead and automatically make everyone pay for the goods that they're buying.
We're paying for the good stuff.
You must pay for the goods.
What
I
are
think
you,
having
what
a
are you
village is
buying?
fine.
Fair to anyone.
What are you buying?
What if I have another village instead of a fort?
I'm going to slap
How would
you.
you do that? Flippy?
I'm going to
Have
slap
Dax
you.
build another farm.
I
You'd be
was.
relying on Valiant's fort the whole
Yeah,
line.
that's. I'm going to
Before,
slap
like,
you.
they just flood
Flippy,
you.
focus on the main objective. Get that fort
Well,
on
the
9A.
thing is,
Get that
think
fort
about
up.
it. Think about it. I would get an extra troop for my my county, right? Which is the same as I'd get for a fort.
But you don't have a zone of control. Nor would you have the extra 2 on the fort itself. The perk of the zone of control is if you have a fort on 9A, they cannot attack anything in 9 until they take the fort, unless they have to attack through 9 to attack.
Which is yeah, that's pretty neat.
So Karatrolda could come in this way.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be able to attack 9 because they can go around 9.
No. They can go into 9 as long as they're going straight to the fort.
Okay. How do we describe that? Because as it's written right now, it feels more like forts block entry into the county unless you have to go through hexes to get to the fort.
Right. It's blocking entry into the county, but they're going through here to get to it.
Or you can take a direct route. How do I word that?
No, how it's worded, it's saying it blocks entry into the county unless you have to fight through the county to get to the fort.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, well, the way I'm reading it is, okay, well, I don't have to go through 9C and 9B to get to 9A. I can go around 8 to 24.
Well, how would they go
That is an
around?
option.
Like,
so that what I'm saying is, then would the fort prevent me from attacking 9C and 9B? Because that's the way it's currently worded. It makes me feel like that. You know,
it would only prevent you from attacking one of those.
Okay.
You can attack 9B and then go to the fort, or you can attack 9C and go to the fort, but you can't attack both of them.
Yeah, because it'll lock one. Once you take one, it locks the other.
Yeah.
so once you attack one tile,
Once
or one
directly
hexagon,
border the
you're going to
fort
be.
and once you directly border the fort with occupation, you cannot attack any other tiles within the fort's zone of control. You have
So
to take the
basically, it's a pick a tile system. You pick one tile to fight, and you're stuck with fighting that tile.
fort. You have to
right?
fight in that hex, take the hex, then you can attack the fort from the hex.
That's the way I would interpret the rules right now.
Okay, all right.
It's not saying anything about going into other counties.
It's just picking a hexagon from a fort.
Just want to make sure it's more clear, because the way I interpret it is, you know, I can't go through 9C and 9B. I have to go all the way around. How do I make it more clear so that people like me understand?
You don't have to go around that.
Yeah, but how do I make it worded like that so they understand? Because that's what I interpreted it.
So you're trying to word that you can go. Wait.
It blocks entry into the zone of control unless you have to go through it to get to the fort.
Blocks entry into the zone of control. Okay.
I don't think it has anything to do with blocking entry into a county.
That's what we originally said with the county
Right.
thing, though.
And
So-
without where, if it was a 21B, it would be.
If we do it
blocked.
that way, then say if Gooter put a fort on 18B, right? Then they could attack 18D, but unlock the county.
No, because if it's on 18B,
So they have to attack 18B because they already border it
the
immediately.
18D is not in the zone of control of the fort.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not
So
going to
it's
be able
not
to. No.
blocking entry into the county. It's blocking entry into the zone of control.
Okay. It originally says it blocks entry into the county into the immediate zone of control. That's the way it was worded. That's what we came up with earlier.
It blocks entry into the county as long as it's in the zone of control.
So can they march on
Right.
through from 18D into 18? Oh, and
That is saying putting the word in county in there makes it confusing. It just blocks
hex.
entry. It blocks entry into the fort's zone of control unless you have to fight through the zone of control to get to the fort. So if there's a fort where I'm standing, okay, no, if there's a fort on 18C, every hex around it is blocked by the fort. So if they're attacking from so they would have to take 18A, 18B, 13B, or 13A. No. Yes. But once they capture one of those, they can't enter the zone of control any other way.
Yes, 'cause it locks it. That makes sense.
Just a quick question. If a fort, it can go through other tiles. So like, let's say it was placed on 18C. Would 13A and be counted in that zone?
Yeah, because it's bordering 13C or 18C.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to know because you know, despite it being different, owned by different counties, I wanted to know if a fort was to count that.
6 around it are considered in the zone of control.
Okay, all right.
6 adjacent hexes.
So if it's at 24C, this is the example we used earlier. It's blocking entry into 24 and McCoosville and 26D.
26C.
Well, I mean, not necessarily 26D because, yeah, it is because they'd have
20. Yeah, if it was in 26T, 26A, 26B, 26D.
So if the 6 around me would be blocked, they'd have to go through one of those and then the fort. But they couldn't go around the fort.
Okay. So they would have to be forced to pick one hexagon and then go through the fort that way. Not one way and then go another way. That's not how it works. Okay. And they just can't go all the way around.
At the same time, there's no benefit of having it here rather than at 26C.
Yeah, but you know, just in case, because despite people not gonna doing it, it's still a good idea for it to be a rule, just in case someone was to do it.
Well,
and there was a
better
scenario.
have it at 24C than 26C because they'd have to fight an extra battle.
No, they'd have to fight an extra battle anyway.
What? So
like,
if it's at 26D,
going through a farm than a fort's no different than a fort than a farm.
No, I mean like. If they attack the fort immediately, right? If it's on 26C, then they don't have to worry about the extra troop on 24C.
Oh, that's true. So putting the fort.
Yeah. If they were to put a fort right next to another nation, they would just have to go for the fort.
Better to put the fort on 24C.
If we say that when the fort's occupied, the zone of control doesn't lose its bonus?
How would
Matt? Why is 24 have buildings on every hex?
There shouldn't be. 24. What?
Yeah, it has buildings in every hex.
Which one?
This 26 is missing a building.
It's probably one of 26's.
26 is the town for
yeah,
26D
is probably supposed to be 26D.
Yeah, 26D is the town.
I'll move that real quick.
26D has nothing.
Yeah, we have to keep the bonus, otherwise you'd be at a disadvantage for having a fort on your border.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because if you put a fort right next to another nation, they don't have to do 2 battles. They only do 1, just the fort. That's it. I mean, despite, you know, people not doing that, it's still a disadvantage if someone was to do that, you know.
Unless we say attacking the fort can't be the first
I
battle.
think if the fort is right on the border, maybe it just locks entrance into the county.
Well, maybe you have 2 options. Maybe if let's say they put a fort in 2016, they would have to do 2 battles to the fort, or they can do 1 battle and 1 hexagon, and then 1 for the fort.
Yeah, maybe you have to do 20.
Well, if the fort's right on the border, what it should just do is it should block entry into its zone of control and into the county itself. So in a fort in 26C, you cannot enter the 26 county until you take the 26C fort.
Oh, so basically they're not allowed to attack
18.
2016 unless they
On 18,
select.
You're not allowed to attack the entire. You can't go into the county of 18 until you take the 18 fort because it's directly on your border. Same with everything in the zone of control of 13B.
Right. Well, that's This same
That's a
rule,
little
but
bit-
Still, you lose the bonus if the fort's captured, right?
Yeah.
So
But this
you-
way it prevents it so that you can't walk into any of the county because it's directly on your border. If
Right.
that wasn't the
we
case, then you
need to
could just
keep
walk
it-
into 18D.
We need to keep it so that the fort keeps its bonus even after it's occupied.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it's still owned by you technically.
Otherwise, if you had a fort on your border, it'd not do you any good.
Yeah.
Hey,
If you were
WorldCast.
someone,
I mean, it would have
You
two
were-
extra troops and be a fort battle.
if you were this guy here in Penis Land, landlocked Penis Land, no matter wherever you put your fort, you'd still be losing the bonus on your first battle.
Yeah.
I feel like Volpia Capland and Vikings should join into one nation. I don't think they're gonna do well separated.
Well, being separate gives you a lot more money.
Oh, if one of them would get taxes.
And it would delete money.
Well, like these guys right here could just go, hey, I'm attacking Volpia. And just beat them up, subjugate them, and then go beat up these guys. And these guys.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like
That's the way it works.
I know. Oh, well, that's why I'm saying it's a lot. Even though you lose out
But
on
you'd
money,
be giving up your money and your autonomy if you do that.
who cares about autonomy when you can be under the Great Bakuza?
Shut up, Flippy.
Shut up, Flippy.
He just saluted. He just saluted. He just saluted on the mountain range.
Do it again, Flippy. Do it again. Do it again.
These are the Rebel Mountains. I don't know what you talk about.
He just said that. Just he saluted.
Why do that when he can enter
No way.
when he can enter Baku's just proceeds to fucking salute. Fucking fuck off. Fuck off.
You gotta stick together to defend against the evil men of their nation.
Oh my god.
Well, it's either you're in a nation to begin with, or you become part of a nation by getting conquered.
You either kill or be killed.
Or you just stay independent forever. I'm sure there'll be some people who just stay independent because, like,
Yeah, these two will probably
there's
ally.
no point in conquering them. Like, the Archive is probably going to stay independent for a long time.
Yeah, I think these three.
I
will
think
probably
Havana's
ally.
planning on attacking the archive and
Because
this
Havana
guy's-
has no benefit of attacking these guys, because if they do, then Kirchhold is going to attack them right away. Plus, if they attack this guy, they're splitting up their nation because they have to create a new province.
Yeah, like here, I feel like these small independent nations are going to be allying each other. Like,
You
if
think
someone-
that? But I don't think the Imperial Vikings coast is gonna do that.
Are they Viking?
Well, judging from Vikings, I don't really.
Judging
like
from their misspell, I don't
Are
think
they
they
actually-
understand that. I don't think they understand that, Flippy. I think they're gonna attack
No,
immediately.
they're not They're not raiders.
That's
They're
thy
just,
biggest cheese.
they're just Vikings. They're Vikings. What? You got a problem with the Imperial?
Yeah,
Vikings?
the Vikings.
Like they're like the Wiccan. Like,
Was he forced to
Vikings.
misspell Was he forced to misspell Vikings?
No, he
Or
just did it, and then that's what we put on.
Why? 'Cause
Well, what do you mean? That's what he wanted. Am I
why?
supposed to say no?
Vickins.
No, but
Call 'em the
it's just
Vickins.
he could have
Yeah, but
gone
these
with
three
Vikings.
dudes are probably going to ally against aggression by these people, by Doic.
Just wait until we
Judging
tell them
from-
about the random events that happen every week.
Oh yeah.
What are the random events
Did
that happen
I tell
every week?
you?
No.
Doic and a whole bunch of like these purple nation up here
Uh-huh.
have tried to ally me already.
Really? They're
Yeah.
What benefit
get-
would you get from allying?
These-
They're like
these
10
purple
million
guys-
miles away.
Listen. These purple guys think that to them that Havana's a threat, but in reality, these Vikings up here are gonna kick their asses.
Yeah,
Like-
because
They're
no,
never gonna be
I
able
don't,
to get
I don't think,
anything
I don't
off
think
of
they
here.
understand. But
The
look
only
how far
way-
Havana is. Look how far Havana is compared to the Raiders. I don't think they understand that.
Yeah.
I think they
and
forgot-
The
I
way
think they
liberal
forgot.
alliances, Scott, is if whoever's allied, like if like obviously it would escalate the war to the higher of their two tiers, but we'll have it automatically escalate it one tier higher if it's an alliance.
Oh, so wait, if you're saying like if,
So
one
if
nation
there's
was
the
at war with
Empire of Havana, and they
Right.
attack the Kingdom of Macuvia,
right, and then they
Yeah.
ally with the Archive or this Troll, for example, then it'll escalate the war.
Control, they are allied. They will be counted as an empire.
Yes.
Government, right?
Yeah, but then
Versus
it'll
the Empire
escalate
of
the.
Havana, which
but-
means
Is there
Havana
a way
would be
to
able to
peacefully
declare.
annex like a whole entire country?
yeah, if you capture the whole thing, that's going to be a lot of battles, Flippy.
I mean, peacefully, not
It means diplomatic.
Diplomacy.
diplomatic annexation.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen, Flippy. They're just
A referendum.
What do you think they're gonna say?
They're going to
yeah,
be
yeah. What do you think they're gonna say?
costs
Yes.
for absorbing people into your title.
Well, what are you gonna try to do? Buy the tiles from them?
Hey, I want to buy your vassal. Your lower
Actually, is that
vassals.
allowed? Are you able to buy tiles from other people?
Lower ranked vassals, dude?
The counties stay together. For
Okay,
now,
but-
at least. we might introduce creating new counties in the future.
Okay, but wait. So buying a county
just
is not
need to-
allowed. Basically, that's not allowed. Correct?
We haven't really. Right now, there's no peaceful way to gobble up someone.
Okay. Yeah, the
In
peaceful.
the future, there will probably be a really high fee for absorbing someone.
Like a
And now there's probably going to be a fee for absorbing someone, but it's not going to be as high as if you were doing it peacefully.
there'd be like a high integration cost.
Dude, I'm so mad that no one named their county Western Union. I'm so
Why
disappointed.
would they do that?
Because then it will be Western Union, like the bank in real life.
Well, I mean, I'm basically the Bank of Macouzeville. I'm gonna be like.
We're attacking Western Union. Oh, you
I
are?
think even with that negative 3,000.
Yes, Scott, we need to clarify the rules for who you can add to your province.
Should it be adjacent? I think it should be adjacent.